I think Bam Bam is a cracker. Just the basic of his paint and his look and feel, and the belt looks fantastic as well. Again, like you, I don't remember Bam Bam in this. I just remember him in the red and yellow flames, Hasbro-esque style. But that's a great figure. So next we've got Big John Studd. Thoughts?
Good rendition of Big John. Not somebody who I had a real affinity to as a kid, but it looks exactly like him. It's got the robe, the red and white trunks. The white trunks with the red boots, the red and white robe. Very much his likeness. I have that figure in my collection. Very nice.
I bought the original Big John Studd that was in the 4-pack, the Hennen family, and I think that's it's basically the same figure, but that to me is Big John Studd more so than this one here. But this is good. This is good. It's
both.
Yep. Now I'm going to go first with the next one, mate. Macho Man. This is where Mattel give me the shits, just quietly. So not only have they released this once, they've released it in a variant with slight changes, but there's not much difference to this other than a cube of sugar. And with the variant, there's a different shirt or some sort, or different coloured pants or knee pads to the original one they released in Series 4. And I just think, why? Why would they do that? To me, it's just lazy, and I just think I don't like when companies almost reproduce something, because you know that the original one just it either doesn't go up in value, or just it stays as what you paid for it. Do you know what I mean? I just think they
I completely agree. I think it's unnecessary, but I do have this one, and it's not a sugar cube, it's the cream. It's the cream rises to the top. He's holding the little cream container, and I actually got rid of that hand and I replaced it with a different hand, because I just think that's, I don't know, better to pose without the cream.
Yeah.
And what about Scott Hall, mate? What do you reckon?
Look, apart from the face, looks awesome, but that face is very, I don't know, it looks like a woman.
So I was the same on the Scott Hall when I first saw it. I thought, it's just not for me. And then once I actually had it in hand, because that was one of the series I bulk bought into Australia so we could on sell and give some people opportunities to buy some figs. And once I actually had it in hand and I'd already sold it, I thought, I actually like this figure. So I went and bought it again from our mate Jacob Bennett, and have it upstairs with my Kevin Nash and soon to be Hollywood Hulk Hogan that will be coming from Ringside, the exclusive when it ships.
Nice. Well done.
Unless it's already shipped, because I buy stuff and I don't even know when I'm getting it. So Zombie, Mattel, Ringside, Cella, I've got no idea where my stuff is, but one day it'll turn up.
So, the $1 million question, what's your favourite one from Series 11?
Favourite from Series 11, I would have to say, is the Bam Bam.
Yeah, same.
I
reckon that's the first time. I reckon that's the first time you and I have chosen the same one.
I think normally I deliberately choose different because I don't want to. It's like when you go to a restaurant with your wife and she says, I'll have the steak sandwich, and you think, now I can't order it because that's what I was going to get.
Yeah, but then you say, I know she's going to have leftovers and I'll just eat them. So I'll order something.
That's exactly right. Yeah, thanks. I'll take the calamari. I know I'll have the steak sandwich in about half an hour.
That's right.
There's a tip for all you youngsters out there. James Pete, you just got married, I think. Tip for all you youngsters, if you want to look like us and when you get a bit older, just think, what's my wife going to order? And I'll order something different and I'll get some of that too.
Yeah, and here's another tip. When you have children, give them extra nuggets. Cook them extra nuggets, because you know they're not going to eat them all, so then you can have them.
Mate, your kids are only little, my son is a couple of years older than your oldest, mate, if you cook him 20 nuggets, he'll try and eat them all. When they're little, it's like, I'm full, I've had enough. And as they get to their sort of lower primary school, it's like, if you cook it, I will eat it.
I'll eat it. Yeah. Very good.
Go on, mate.
Okay, that's a good one. Good one. So on to Series 12 next week. Alrighty, so let's hear another word from our major sponsor, Go Figure Collectibles.
Coming towards the ring,
Mattel, Jakks, Hasbro,
LJN, Remco, Super 7. Are you looking for a store that stacks all the latest and greatest wrestling figures? Then look no further, because Go Figure Collectibles has everything you're looking for. Jeff and the team at Go Figure Collectibles are always filling the shelves with the latest releases and buying up old cherished collections to fulfill any vintage collection needs. Visit them online at gofigurecollectibles.com.au, or if you're in the Melbourne area, go check out their store at 104 Bakers Road, Coburg, North Victoria, and introduce yourself to Jeff and the team. Plus, Wrestling with Figure podcast listeners can use the code FDU5 to save 5% off your next purchase store-wide. That's Go Figure Collectibles.
It's question time. It's question time. It's time to ask the boys a question. What's on your mind? Let us know and we will tell you the answer.
Now, thanks to Go Figure Collectibles, to this Q&A is the monthly Go Figure giveaway, and Jeff has kindly donated a Seth Rollins Championship collection, which is the statue and the book. Now, I'm just bringing up the questions here. We've got a few questions, Christopher, that we'll get through, and one lucky winner will be taking home the prize. All right, first question. Mickey Savage, show us your holy grail item that's been cherished since your childhood and why it means so much to you as a collector. I've shared this many, many times. My very first, actually I shared it on the show, my very first figures I ever bought as a kid that I remember buying is the Hasbro Series 2 Bear Hug Hogan and Million Dollar Man Green Tux. To this day, they're in my collection, in my loose collection, and they would have to be the Bear Hugging Hogan is my absolute favourite figure of the line, and the $1 Million Man is up there. What about you, Chris?
Well, people know I'm a Hogan mark, but the Series 1 Hasbro graded 90 Hulk Hogan mint on card, that is definitely up there as my holy grail. And also, I have a very cool Classic Jacks Hollywood Hogan signed by Hulk, which is also very much up there as one of my favorite pieces. And I wouldn't put it as a holy grail, but something I'm pretty happy with. Have some signed Legend of Doom stuff, and also some personalized signed item from Bret Hart. So that sort of stuff is pretty cool to me. Sort of the older you get, the cooler it is, and especially when people start passing away, things just sort of mean a bit more. And the fact that I had a chance to chat to a few of those guys online over the last couple of years is very, very cool.
Now, is that LOD, is that signed by both Hawk and Animal?
No, it's only Animal, mates. Unfortunately, Hawk passed away way too young for me. So, and even Animal, I was only talking to him online maybe 3 months before he passed. And
wow.
I actually have the Animal Hasbro prototype head. So that's in the collection. And I have the couple of different things signed by him and a couple of wristbands and things that he was wearing, and he just chucked them in. And it's pretty cool.
Very good. Next one's from Luke Young. What would you choose to be the next San Diego Comic-Con Mattel Creations exclusive? Good question.
Oh, that's a great question. Where do we start? It's got to be the Beverly Brothers, James, surely.
Yeah, exclusive. I would. We've actually talked about this on the show before, and I think it's a great idea. And because it was my idea, it's probably one of the best ideas ever. I reckon all the faces of Vince McMahon in a box set from start. So you would say, I don't know, WrestleMania 1 all the way through till today, maybe.
So you go through commentary, through Attitude Era, through wrestler Vince, and you'd have like old man Vince, stuffing up the stunner Vince at WrestleMania.
What's the magazine he was on the cover of? The Muscle Mag?
Yeah, is it not Maxim?
Big chain around him? Yeah, something like that. With the big chain around his neck. I think an exclusive.
You'd have to have Do-Rag Vince.
yeah, yeah.
And you'd also
that'd be
have
good.
to have neck brace Vince from the ICO.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But WrestleMania 3, Vince, that's iconic. Commentator Vince. Mate, there's Vince in big old parachute pants. You know, the old IBF parachute multicolored pants back in the early 90s.
Vince with his when did he tear his quads in the same at the
Yeah.
start? Hey, I'm thinking differently here because thinking about San Diego Comic Con, what they do is they seem to have one-off pieces like the Slim Jim Macho Man that's super cool and sort of it can't really be replaced. So I would go with a Jesse the Body Ventura Elite as commentary Jesse, maybe even with the Pilgrim hat from the Survivor Series, something that's just like an iconic Jesse the Body Ventura. I don't know Jesse very well anymore, but I know he has some pretty wacky political views, so I'm hoping that doesn't skew that possibility. Or a King Haku.
Yeah, King
We've
Haku.
never had a good King Haku for the Elite Series.
Would that be a big seller?
With the robe, well, that'd be a big seller because it's Comic-Con.
God, it'd be great to see an Owen Hart.
Oh, love an
Owen Hart.
It's
Owen
not
Hart
far
all
away.
day.
They're going to bring it out in the next series of AEW figs. So
Yeah,
it's
but-
on the way.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right because it's AEW, WWE.
Yeah, I know. And it won't be. You wouldn't think it would be in WWE attire.
No.
It'd be sort of plain pink or plain black.
Yeah. All right. Next one's from your good mate Bradley Perryman. What's something you did not know about the wrestling business when you were younger, but now know?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit embarrassing. I had no idea as a kid that Repo Man was Smash. I didn't know. I did not know Repo Man was Smash. And it wasn't until I was an adult, and I'm pretty sure it was when I was trying to finish my Hasbro collection, and somebody said something about it. They're like, I couldn't believe I never knew this. I was like, hang on a second. Let me look at the pictures. Holy crap, it's the same guy. Most other ones, it used to sort of just confuse me when I was a kid, and you wouldn't see somebody for a while, and then all of a sudden you'd go, that guy kind of looks like the guy they used to have.
Yeah.
But or whatever, like I'll just roll with it. And yeah, so Repo Man and Smash, as embarrassing as it is. Well, yeah, we could go down the scripting and storyline style things, but in terms of just things that you should be able to figure out yourself, I have no clue. What about you, mate?
For me, it's how messed up some of the wrestlers were, like Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a huge part of our childhood, and it's even in my late 30s, you just saw how close to death he was, and what he went through, and what he put himself through. Right? Eddie Guerrero, Hawk. Who else is there? Chris Benoit. And all the stuff with Bret Hart that went down. Just so many. I suppose as you get older, there's a lot of off wrestling for a bit, but. Have you seen the Elton John movie, or have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody? Just how they were tortured souls. And you think they're famous, they're rolling in cash, partying all the time, but they're tortured souls. So it just not all is what it seems as on the big screen, right? So I think as an adult now, you look back and you go, God, some of these people, even though they're successful, they're in a lot of pain. And
you feel for the people in the public eye that just don't know how to handle it and maybe don't want to have to handle it.
Yep. And I think as time goes on, you hear a lot of wrestlers bag Vince, but for me, I have a lot of respect for someone that has been at the helm for so long, who's been through recessions, political parties changing, wrestlers coming and going, drug addiction, all this sort of stuff. That
multiple competition and federations starting, and people poaching stars, and
multiple accusations, the steroid, bust, and all those sort of claims, and he still has just steamrolled the competition and kept this juggernaut of a company going. And I think it's slowly fading away now. From again, I don't watch it these days, but
they posted record profits for the year.
Oh, really? Whatever.
even in record profits for the whole year, even though they had no live events for half the year, they still posted highest revenue, mainly because of their deal with Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So,